Great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. A first down throw for Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Play action now, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Throwing Jones. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. 7 yards, the pickup there. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Room here to run. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 12-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Off the play fake, Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Prescott looks to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. To the air again, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Oh, nice move. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. We're scoreless after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
7 yards to pick up there. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, and he slings one that's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the move from Mike McCarthy is going to be to keep the offense on the field here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A first down carry by Elliott. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides when he does.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Azeez Ojulari coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. And there'll be a break in the action here because Prescott is going to use a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the first half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones. Room to run past midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Completes this again to Shepard. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
98 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Jones under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Neville Gallimore breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Jones on 3rd down.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Crunch time, defense. Hey, kill. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
To throw is Prescott. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, Elliott bulldozes past him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Cowboys are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second down.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that someone, if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Throw left side, complete to Tony.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing again on second down. Jones.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw caught by Tony. 7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And he'll be out right at the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
Let's go, defense.
1st down, Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Again, it's Elliott. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants' offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game, and I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Oh, and what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And
with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for the Cowboys, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2.